Global. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're listening to the Global Warm-Up with Judge Jules.
Yes, indeed, it's another global warm-up, moving the needle to make the temperature ramp up. The turntables are on standby, fully loaded, with the key moments of the week's biggest new electronic music offerings, with a playlist to make things speed up and never slow down. In hour one, we move the dial largely towards house, whilst in hour two, we shift attention to the harder side of things. Plus, later on, our customary guest DJ, on this occasion welcoming Milkwish. Debunking your speakers, and let's get into action with Girls Don't Sink and Come Get This.
Move to the rhythm, you don't wanna miss this. Don't stop, come get this. Move to the rhythm, you don't wanna miss this. Don't stop, come get this. Move to the rhythm, you don't wanna miss this. Don't stop, come get this. Move to the rhythm, you don't wanna miss this. Don't stop, come get this. Don't stop, come get this. Move to the rhythm, you don't wanna miss this. Don't stop, come get this. Move to the rhythm, you don't wanna miss this. Don't stop, come get this. Move to the rhythm, you don't wanna miss this. Don't stop, come get this.
running the numbers and making things tick. Your one-stop shop window of the week's biggest new electronic masterpieces as we kicked off with Girls Don't Sink, Come Get This, and William Kiss with Triple X and Orderly Back to Me. Pointing you in the right direction like a laser pen, you're with the global warm-up, shifting our attention to KETTAMA and DJ HEARTSTRING with If You Want My Heart. heard MILIO from the window and KETTAMA and DJ HEARTSTRING, If You Want My Heart. With all the bandwidth to brighten up your day, it's the Global Warm-Up. Welcome to our wheelhouse. In hour one, of course, we explore the best in house, and in hour two, getting out the week's harder and faster tunes. Let's press on with JKRIV and MEGATRONIC, Out of Time.
Have you ever thought that you're running out of time? Have you ever thought that you're running out of time? You're letting things control your mind. Have you ever thought that you're running out of time? So they tell us that we're human beings, made of many molecules, stars and dust. I don't know how much of that I feel is true, because every so often they change that and they tell me that I'm full of blood, muscles, similar to you. But then we don't understand each other, so how can that be true? Have you ever thought about that we might be running out of time? Have you ever thought that you might be running out of time? Have you ever thought that you might be running out of time? And you can sit there keeping doing copious amounts of lines, trying to figure out what words to put in between, but no one's listening to you, no one hears you scream. So every day you carry on with your monotonous life, doing the same things that make you feel nice. But do you feel nice? These are the questions that you ask yourself every day in the mirror. Every day in the mirror.
The Global Warm-Up with Jules.
You got to pump it up, it's not so long ago. I've got my groove on. Utopia. Utopia.
All guns blazing and all sound systems smoking as we deliver a carefully contemplated selection of the week's standout new electronic anthems with musical energy as our core value. You heard Greg's Pump It Up, also Dan Newman and BBY Goose with Utopia. Well, time now to blast out some of your shouts, on this occasion to some of our X and Instagram family, where you can find me on X and Instagram as @RealJudgeJules or #JudgeJules or Global Warm Up. Hi to Rob Harding, who says Fuego. Also Marisa J. Longman, who says you were brilliant at 338. Also Jenky2121, who says gotta love you. To Zach Dad 95, who says smashed it. To Thea.Prime, who says thanks for the raving. And I am official_rec, who says wowzers. And of course it goes without saying, big love to our broader Instagram and X family as well. Drilling down on the vibe with high quality musical tools is the global warm-up full of eureka moments and other enlightening experiences. Well, time now for our Listener's Choice feature, where each week we ask you, with careful consideration, to nominate your all-time favourite anthem, which we will air at this juncture. We pick one out at random from our digital postbag received via X, Instagram and Facebook, and on this occasion, Deeper/Still has got in touch and wants this tune. Big classic, played by me loads back in the day. Here's Tiesto and Suburban Train. There's our listener choice selection, Tiesto Suburban Train, nominated by Deeper Still. Do please get in touch. You can go via Facebook, X or Instagram, whichever is your preferred social option. Nominate a tune that really did it for you back in the day, as yours might be chosen at random on the next instalment of the Global Warm-Up. Well, back to the week's new music now with banging tunes baked into our playlist. Here's Lost Count and Monde with Boys Will Be Boys. dive into dreamy dance music here on the Global Warm-Up, and if you're just tuning in, it's mainly house in hour 1 and bangers in hour 2, plus guest picks coming up soon from Milkwish as well. You heard DUMONT, My Heart Is Full of Love, also PTHMAN, One Day, and before that Pampot with Opera. Loads of moving parts, all designed to move you. It's the Global Warm-Up, and it's time now for some love to our Global Warm-Up Facebook family. That's facebook.com/Judge Jules, if that's your preferred social choice. Hi to Mike Chant, who says fantastic as always. Also Martin Lowe, who says brilliant set. To Carl Sanderson, who says epic. Daniel X, who says the judge won't budge. And Ash Harrison too. Well, if it's big moment tracks you're after, we supply the deliverables on a weekly basis, aka some of the biggest all new electronic tunes that are out there right now. Why not get involved? Let us know your favourite offerings on the show. It's at Real Judge Jules across all our socials. Well, now we give to you this week's top of the weekly tune parade. As on this occasion on the Global Warm-Up, my tried and tested record of the week is from HILO, and this is Koala. This week's tried and tested tune, that's Koala from HILO, dragging you deep inside. It's Judge Jules on the Global Warm-Up, and on the road, taking my record box out and about. You can find me at Back 2 Festival in Leicestershire on the 8th, on the 9th in Off-Grid at Bridgend, on the 15th Swindon Mecca, the 16th in Cornwall in Falmouth, Warrenstock on the 23rd, and the 30th on Weston-super-Mare Beach. If you're in the hood, come and say hello, or wave at the very least. And for further DJ and live band dates, head to my website, judgejules.net. Moving on with tracks created all over the world and distributed from London via the Global Warm-Up, here's KIESZA's Ruin My Life. Obviously Hideaway, what a huge tune back in the day. This is a bit of a change of direction, but absolutely love this. Let me know what you think.
My life. do me right. Put your head between my thighs.
Første gang jeg så deg, så bare lyste det opp gata. Alt annet rundt bare forsvant. For der står du nå midt i gata, og sola traff deg. Ja, du var helt sinnssykt pen. Helt nydelig.
VOORN in the background, Horizon. Before that, Eli Brown and Jeesley with Papi. Generating so many high fives, we'll get to 50 before you know it. Bringing you the week's biggest brand new anthems is the Global Warm-Up. All editions, of course, being available to listen again on demand via SoundCloud, Mixcloud and Apple Music. Well, stepping now into this week's guest selection, where each week we hone in on a different producer/DJ to select two of their all-time favourite tracks, one past, one present. And on this occasion, we welcome Milkwish. With perseverance, ambition and attention to detail, Milkwish keeps getting more and more listeners all over the world. For several years, he's been heard in the best clubs in Poland and at some of the biggest festivals. And he's had projects out on loads and loads of big labels, many of which we've supported. His recent release, Night is Calling, is out in all streaming portals. So we welcome to the show Milkwish.
Hi Jules, Milkwish here. I picked Moonlight Party by Fonzerelli because I have great memories with this song. I first heard it thanks to my friend DJ Mikro, who played it on the beach where the Sunrise Festival after party was taking place. So here it is. That was Moonlight Party by Fonzerelli. Up next, FKN Y. In Mine and FKN New Remix is my favorite track. I'm sure you know the original. I'm so happy that guys invite me to create the official remix of this legendary track. Thanks for having me on the Global Warm-Up.
Milkwish, thanks. And another premium selector joins the show next week here on another instalment of the Global Warm-Up. Keeping things sweet like a donut as the decks go round and round. Up next, I love this tune, really banging from Vintage Culture. This is Do You. mountains of momentum that were just made for the moment. We dropped Music by Iden with One Last Time, and also Daphne Clap Your Hands and IDEM ATC in the background. Well, let's pivot now into an extremely banging direction on the global warm-up, entering the final 30 minutes of this week's playlist. And as we do on each occasion at this point, uplifting the BPM and delivering all things banging. It's our main stage mix as we get right into it with Bolier and Yasmin Jane, Airwaves, the Orjan Nielsen remix.
Floating higher than the Main Stage Mix.
Are you ready? change, so I don't look back. Still I'm dying with every step I take, but I don't look back. We could keep fighting, but things will never change, so I don't look back. Still I'm dying with every step I take, but I don't look back. It hurts with every heartbeat, and it hurts with still I'm dying with every step I take, but I don't look back. It hurts with every heartbeat.
You're listening to the Global Warm-Up with Judge Jules.
Parking our sound system wherever you think it's likely to fit. It's the Global Warm-Up, throwing down with our main stage mix, and that was Schneider and With Every Heartbeat. Well, at this point, bigging up a selection of some of the show's SoundCloud and YouTube friends with the following. Hi to Jeremy ML, who says so many memories. Also Simon Brown, tuned in on SoundCloud. To Recursion, who says so many great tunes. To David Anderson, 9569, who says banging set. To Alan Wilkinson, 1239, who says love. And Dave Clayton, 3701, who says the whole set is good. We're in the midst of our main stage mix, the very banging conclusion to every instalment of the Global Warm-Up.
Eternal.
Stage Mix. Judge Jules.
When the night is long and the stars are few, I'll be there. When the world is gold and you're feeling blue, I'll be around. I'll be right there for you. I'll never leave your side. You are never alone. Your dreams are my dreams. Fears are my fears. I'll never leave your side.
closings out with Solarstone and Over the Mountains. Thanks one and all as we conclude another episode of the Global Warm-Up. And remember, you can catch me again here next week, or listen again via Apple Music, Mixcloud or SoundCloud using the search phrase GWU, Judge Jules or the Global Warm-Up. Plus, for my full tour dates and other stuff about me, head to my website, judgejules.net. Until next week, see you later, and thanks for your company.